Good morning, my friends, and happy holidays. Welcome to Surfside, California, where it is a beautiful morning sunrise. Couldn't be any more lovely. It's a little chilly, but the ocean looks pretty darn calm. There's a little wind out of the east. It's a gorgeous morning, and there is so much going on. That bluefin tuna bite, can it get any better? I think it just did. It went up a notch. It's really, really great fishing. And the rockfish bite, remember, January 1st, it all closes down here in SoCal. So get out and do it while you can. And there's some really excellent fishing. January the 6th is your opportunity to come fishing with kids on the Monte Carlo out of 22nd Street Landing. And it's on 22nd Street Landing. Just text me and we'll get you and your grandkids or you and your kids or you and your neighbor's kids out with us, and it'll be a really special day. The morning of January the 6th, 657-227-6459 to reserve your spot while there's still some spots left. Don't forget about our big raffle. We are raffling off a 2-day trip on the Amigo and so much more, and we can do that all by text. I can send you photos of your raffle tickets. Make sure you send me a text at 657-227-6459. Just indicate you want info on the raffle, and I will send it to you, and we can get that rolling along also. You know what time it is, everybody. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Glorious. Oh, my God, is that good. Man, are we blessed or what? It's a beautiful morning here, gorgeous sunrise, and I'm so happy that you are taking a little time out of your day to spend it here with us. It's a beautiful morning here, gorgeous sunrise, and I'm so happy that you are taking a little time out of your day to spend it here with us on Friedman Adventures. Our stats are going through the roof. We're nearing 3 million views on a post I put on TikTok the other day regarding Mark and Paul from 22nd Street Landing, Mark Paisano, Paul Strasser, who rescued a little 9-year-old girl 36 years ago, Desiree Rodriguez. If you haven't seen that podcast, man, it is one that will go down in history. It is such an emotional and moving podcast. I was so happy to play a little part in that. The true heroes are those three, Desiree, Mark, and Paul. Check it out this morning. I know you're going to love it. That's when the whole family can get something out of for sure. All right, let me take you south of the border and go down to Cabo San Lucas and just mention to you that bite is continuing down there. Sean Morgan, who used to run boats up here, crazy guy, lovely guy. Now, let's say crazy guy. He is down there in San Jose del Cabo fishing a half a mile outside of the harbor and catching marlin and dorado in 80-degree water and 75-degree air temperature. It's beautiful in Cabo right now, and up there in San Jose del Cabo, that whole region, it's gorgeous and really good fishing. San Martin Island and the coastal region still producing some good yellowtail action. It has been very, very good there, and the perch fishing. Barb perch, this is the time of the year. That water gets cold, those barb perch want to bite, and it's good right now. I mean, excellent fishing. Use strips of clams. You can throw little chrome Castmasters or bronze Castmasters. They're biting everything. They bite on the high tide really, really well. I just have to mention it because I am dying to get down there really, really soon. Anyway, yellows, good rockfish there in that neck of the woods. Our friends at Bluefin Sport Fishing. Now, they are located out on Punta Banda, which is about a 40-minute drive from downtown Ensenada, which is about 70 miles south of the Mexican-American border there at Tijuana. Really great fishing going on for the bottom stuff. All kinds of rockfish like bocaccio and treefish and whitefish and sheep's head and vermilion rockfish and a partridge in a pear tree. I couldn't resist. It's really great fishing on a variety of fish, and our friends at Bluefin just keep hammering away at it. Arnie's sport fishing in Ensenada, catching nice big bonita down there, an occasional yellowtail rockfish at Todos Santos Island, as is Costa Baja sport fishing with our good friend Diego Nuna, who is a deckhand on board the Royal Star, but also has that operation down there in Ensenada. Really great fishing south of the border. Now, I mentioned to you that the bluefin tuna bite may have gone up a notch. It is so good. And when I say the bluefin tuna bite, I'm first of all talking about 70 miles to Tanner Bank, a place that is near and dear in my heart that I spent a couple of years commercial fishing on in my youth. We were catching mostly rockfish out there back though in the prehistoric time, but we'd also have some really great albacore bites out there. And we'd be catching rockfish, and then all of a sudden you'd see some weird thing going on. I remember one time in particular, I believe I was with Rick Evinger from Marina del Rey sport fishing and my brother Paul, and we're like, what the heck are all those birds going so crazy for? And we go over, and there is this immense swirl of tiny boccaccio, and it's just this big swirl, and albacore just darting in and out and just chewing this thing to smithereens. And we got in on it and caught a bunch of albacore to add to our rockfish. Well, I digress, but the reason I mention that is because out there you're not only catching bluefin tuna, but you're also getting really great rock fishing to go along with it. And it's December, and now it's limit style fishing for many of the boats. San Diego based boats already this morning are catching good bluefin tuna. We're already getting word about that. So it looks like another big day on Tanner Bay. The Amigo, Jeff Jessup, on board. Jeff said we had a 2-day trip, and it can't get much better than it is. Limits of bluefin tuna, limits of rockfish, tremendous fishing. There's that 18 to 25 pound fish out there, but seems to me like it's more of this 30 to 50 pound with a few bigger than that. So there's some really nice grade bluefin tuna starting to get in there. We're starting to see some fish up over 100 pounds in some cases. I know the Independence long range boat finished up an 11-day trip out there recently, and they had some of that bigger grade bluefin tuna. So yeah, you're still getting that 18 to 25, more of that 30 to 50, occasional bigger fish than that. Also the Pride, same thing, limits of bluefin tuna. They had one that was up there around 80 pounds, 85 pounds, something like that. So there's some bigger grade stuff in there, and it's biting full speed, and you still get a shot of that rockfish. How in the world can you beat that kind of a situation? It is really phenomenal. Still, those fish are a little bit finicky, so they want that lighter stuff. 20, 25 pound fluorocarbon. www.opsonusa.com. Put in FA at checkout, and you get a love note and a free gift from owner Greg Brown. Make sure you do that. So you want to vary your technique. You definitely want to have some light stuff, 20, but you don't want to leave your 25, 30, 40, 60. You want to have all of that ready to go, because if the intensity of the bite goes up, you're going to want to go to the heavy line, because with that light stuff, the casualty rate is up to around 50% on chew-throughs. Those bluefin are chewing guys off left and right. So the heavier, the better. And live squid or fresh dead squid is working really well, probably better than anything, because that's what those little devils are feeding on out there. There's all kinds of squid out there right now. So once again, you get that squid on board, you got a better chance to fish a little bit heavier line. And as always, if you're fishing sardine, choose a really good hot bait. That's going to make all the difference in the world to you. Freedom has had magnificent fishing and bit this morning, so we are looking at awesome fishing. I don't know what to tell you. It is really good. And speaking of 22nd Street Landing, where our studio is located, of course, they are running constant trips. Pride, I think, is pretty well sold out, and for good reason. Man, he's been all over it. But the Amigo has some trips, and I don't think the Freedom goes into the boat yard for yard work until February. So, of course, they're going to run right to Christmas, and then after Christmas, you've got a chance in Southern California to go out and catch bluefin tuna and rockfish until January 1st on the rockfish. Wow, how can it get any better than that? You really owe it to yourself to get out there. What a great Christmas present to get a trip lined up out of 22nd Street and then give it to somebody on Christmas Day, and maybe the next day or subsequent days after that, you're out catching BFT. Weather out there has been gorgeous. We're going to have a little bit of a blow up on Wednesday, and by that I mean it's going to get breezy but fishable, and then after that we go back to this kind of stuff, man. I mean, wow, it is gorgeous, beautiful. What a sunrise, by the way. It's gorgeous. I can't believe how blessed we are here. All right, Let's talk islands. We'll go down there to San Martin Island today. Hopefully I'll remember the names of all the islands, as I screwed that up yesterday. Down there, San Martin Island, as I mentioned, yellow's biting there. Todos Santos Island, which gave me some trouble yesterday. Right off Ensenada there. Bonita, a few yellowtail, mostly rockfish. Coronado Island's mostly rockfish. Clemente, nobody's looking at it, but there has been some yellows, a few sea bass and halibut. Santa Barbara Island, Catalina Island. Both those places for the yachts, kicking out a few halibut and sea bass. For the sport boats, it's mostly rockfish and some bonita, stuff like that. San Nicolas Island, of course, as good as it gets. I know the El Dorado loves to fish there out of Long Beach, and they've been doing great on the big sheep's head and whitefish, rockfish. It's tremendous fishing. I love that place. It's fun. And then Channel Island's great on the rockfish. Can't get any better. That place is magnificent. Virgins in Morro Bay also cranking out the rockfish really good. Up and down the coast, fishing half day, 3/4 day. It's all shallow water rockfish with the occasional bass thrown in there for fun. And then in the surf, it's been pretty active. In fact, the other morning before we got going here, man, the birds were all over the place. And you could see a big old sea lion knothead out there. He was chewing up something, probably yellowfin croaker. There's some yellowfin croaker, a few halibut on the Lucky Craft lures, and also spotfin croaker biting on the bait. They are bait biters, so that's what you want to use for them. I don't know what to tell you. It's another gorgeous day. It's the holiday season, and of course, I send you all my best. If you don't mind giving us a like, I would deeply appreciate it. Subscribe, hit that little bell. You'll know when there's more content available to you. Share these videos with a friend. And thank you for making us so strong. Once again, January the 6th, you can join us on a kids adult trip that we're putting on for you. Just send me a text. And if you want information on our raffle, send me a text, 657-227-6459. My friends, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all my best to each and every one of you for a really great start to the week. I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends. Delicious.